Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. So first, we welcome back Dan and Danny. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances to reach the Pointless final, and this is your second and final chance. Now, Dan and Danny, remind us what happened last time.
Well, we got all the way to the first round where Dan didn't know his U2.
I did, I just didn't say them.
Oh, you two. It's great to have you back. Remind us what you do, Dan.
I'm a marketing executive for a political communications company, which is as sexy as it sounds.
What do you do, Danny?
I'm actually a trainee teacher. I'm about to go out to China to do some teaching out there.
What are you going to be teaching there?
English.
English?
Yeah.
Wow. Where are you going in China, do you know?
It's just outside of Shanghai.
Right, you are. Great having you back on the show. Very best of luck this afternoon. And next, we welcome back Bob and Bill. You were also on the show last time. Remind us how you did.
We got to the head-to-head and lost it.
Yeah, it's Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
And the names of their spawn.
Yep.
And you came up with David, which, frankly, Brad and Angelina, if you're watching, is a perfectly sensible name. What do you do in your spare time, Bob?
I'm a poor piano player.
Yeah, no, you can't be a poor piano player.
You sure?
Really?
Sure, okay.
Bill, what about you? What do you do in your spare time?
I like to play the guitar, sing.
Have you ever put your skills together?
Many years ago, we played in a band together.
Yeah. Oh, you did play in a band together. What were you on keyboards, Bob?
I was on drums then.
On drums. You're a multi-instrumentalist. You're like Justin Bieber. Great to have you back on the show, Bob and Bill. Very best of luck. Let's see if we can't get you all the way through to the final today. And next, we welcome back Liz and Jane. You were on the show as well last time. 3 returning pairs. Remind us what happened to you.
Well, we got to the second round, and then I thought of the wrong quotation.
You wanted literature to come up last time. Did it come up? No, it didn't. What would you like, Liz, this afternoon?
I would like anything to do with perhaps mythology.
Does come up from time to time.
The arts.
Not today. No, not today. Liz, what do you do in your spare time?
I go trampolining.
No, just stop there a second. Do you have a trampoline in your garden?
No, I go to a trampolining class.
You do it professionally. I mean,
Well,
not professionally, but properly.
Yes.
Well, it's great to have you back on the show. Very best of luck this afternoon. And finally, we have got Emily and Amy. How do you two know each other?
We met 4.5 years ago at Loughborough University.
Loughborough University. What were you studying, Emily?
Psychology.
Psychology. I always imagine Loughborough is something to do with sport.
Yeah,
Usually it is, isn't it? But you weren't doing the psychology of sport, were you?
No.
Or, sorry, sport psychology.
No sports was involved in my life back then.
No, back then, but unlike now.
Well, now it's a different story.
They can't get you off that trampoline. Oh, dear. What about you, Amy? What were you doing at Loughborough?
I did communication and media studies.
In sport, yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, it's fabulous having you both on the show. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There is only one person left for me to introduce. He's a tour de force in the world of obscure knowledge. He's my pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hiya.
In the world of obscure knowledge, you are a tour de force. The world of obscure knowledge.
Shall we get on with the show?
Let's.
Excellent. It's going to be a battle royal today, I think. So we've got 3 returning pairs. Bob and Bill, of course, got through to the head-to-head last time. We're very, very strong, so I suspect they might want to go all the way, but Emily and Amy may have their work cut out. But it should be a very good game. The first 2 questions, both very different areas, sort of high culture and low culture.
Yeah. Right, we put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we are after the obscure answers they didn't get. But what everyone's looking to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Now, nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that, so today's jackpot starts off at £3,250. Right, let's play Pointless. Now, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. OK, our first category this afternoon is food. Food. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many types of curry as they could. As many types of curry. Bill, thrilled with that.
Yeah.
Richard?
Yeah, the correct answers in this round will all be dishes that can typically be found on a curry house menu.
Right, Dan and Danny, you all drew lots before the show, and today you get to go first. In this round, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers on the board in each pass. Your first set of 7 answers reads like this. Ceylon, Vindaloo, Yego, Samba, Pasanda, Fal and Rogan Josh. I'm going to read those one more time. Ceylon, Vindaloo, Yego, Samba, Pasanda, Fal and Rogan Josh. Now, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, but be very careful, because at least one of those answers is incorrect. Pick an incorrect one, and you will, of course, score the maximum of 100 points. Now, Dan and Danny, curries. Do you eat a lot of curries?
Yeah, I really love them.
So this is playing very much to your strengths.
I think I know the point of this, but I'm not going to risk it. So
What?
After last time.
What?
I just,
No, a tone.
No. I just want to get a right one. It's probably the hottest curry there is. I had it on a night out, and it was really a bad decision. So I'm going to say Fal.
Fal. OK, you're hoping Fal is a correct answer?
Yes.
And if it is, you're hoping hardly anyone said it. Fal, let's find out. How many people said Fal? It's right. It's right, Dan. Very well done. Look at that. Well, you didn't suffer in vain, Dan. That Fal has just scored you 6 points. Very good. Richard?
Yeah, well done, Dan. It's probably the hottest curry on most curry house menus. It's got 10 to 12 ground chilies in a standard portion.
OK, well, Fal scored you 6. Bob, types of curry. Sounds fun?
It does, yeah.
Do you eat curry a lot?
I eat a lot of curry.
Do you always go for the same? I always have the same.
Exactly, that's why I don't study the menu enough to know what else is on there.
Yeah.
I should know them all, but I'm going to go for Rogan Josh.
You're going to go for Rogan Josh. Let's see if it's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said Rogan Josh. Good luck, Bob. But it's right. Down it comes. 37. It's a correct answer, but it's a high scorer. Rogan Josh.
Yeah, Rogan Josh, a medium-strength curry. It used to be a Kashmiri lamb stew, but has been changed over the years by curry houses.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Liz, curries. We're looking for types of curry.
Well, I'm not a curry eater, so this is a complete guess. Because I like the name of it, I should go for Pasanda.
Pasanda. There it is. 3 up from the bottom. OK. Pasanda, you're saying. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Pasanda. It's right. Well done, Liz. Down it comes, 13. Very well done, Pasanda. Pasanda, Richard?
Yeah, so it's a mild curry with a creamy sauce that usually has almonds and coconut in.
Emily, we're looking for types of curry. Do you eat curries?
Rarely.
Really?
Only if my dad's paying.
Really?
Yeah. I'm tempted to say Vindaloo, obviously, because that's the main one, but Samba... I'm just going to have to apologise for him. I'm going to say Samba.
Sambar.
Samba.
What do you think sambar is? Sounds delicious.
A dance? Sorry.
Sambar, you're saying? Well, let's see if it's right. If it is right, like anyone apart from Vindaloo on that board, I reckon it's going to go a long way down.
Okay.
Sambar, it just has to be right. Let's see if it is right. And if it is, let's see how many people said sambar. Good luck. It's right! Very well done, Emily. Down it comes. Very, very well done indeed. Sambar is right. It's a pointless answer, and it adds £250 to today's jackpot, and it scores you nothing. There we are. Total is now £3,500. Very well done. Richard?
Yeah, very well played, Emily. Pointless answer. It's a hot and sour curry with lemon juice and lentils, as you well know. Very, very good. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. Vindaloo, if you had gone for it, you'd have got a fairly hefty score because it would have got you 70 points. So well avoided. Ceylon is also a curry, but very low scoring one. Would have scored you 2. And Yegor is a character played by Tim Curry in Fly Me to the Moon. It was an incorrect answer. So very well done at home if you said Sambar.
Very well chosen there, Emily. OK, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores. On no points at all, Emily and Amy looking very, very strong. Then we come up to Dan and Danny, courtesy of your foul. Then up to 13 for Liz and Jane. And then Bob and Bill, 37. Who'd have thought that would be such a high score? But you are way out in front. Bill, you're going to have to find a really good low-scoring answer in the next pass. Maybe a pointless answer and add another 250 quid to our jackpot. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more answers on the board. We are looking for types of curry, and we have got Hathi, Korma, Doppiaza, Jalfrezi, Pathia, Mughlai and Buna. I'm going to read those one more time. Hathi, Korma, Doppiaza, Jalfrezi, Pathia, Mughlai and Buna. And again, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, but be very careful because there is at least one incorrect answer among those 7. So try and avoid those incorrect ones. So then, Amy, no pressure. We are looking for types of curry. You're the low scorers. The high scorers are Bob and Bill on 37. If you can score 36 or less with this answer, you are definitely in the next round.
I think because of Emily, I'm going to play it safe a little bit now. And I think I'm going to go for Buna.
You're going to go for Buna?
Yeah.
OK, well, let's see if that's right. There is your red line, below that red line, and you are through to the next round. Let's see if Buna is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Buna. Well done. Very well done, Amy. You're through to the next round. Buna scores you 19. It takes your total up to 19. Richard?
Yeah, very well played, Amy. Straight through to the second round. Yeah, it's a medium hot curry, a Buna.
Very well done, Amy. Through to the next round. Now then, Jane. Liz doesn't eat curry at all, and she managed to score 13.
Yes.
What are you thinking, Jane?
Well, it's a lot to live up to.
Do you eat curry
I do
at
eat
all?
curry
You
sometimes,
do?
and I've actually
Hooray.
had it in India as well.
Very
and
good.
I think when I was in India, I had one that sounded very much like Mughlai. I'm not sure what...
Well, the high scorers are Bob and Bill on 37. You're on 13. Yeah. You want to score 23 or less with this to make sure you are in the next round. Mughlai. Yeah. It has to get below that red line. Below that red line, you are definitely in the next round. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Mughlai. It's right.
Well done.
You are through to the next round. Oh, very well done indeed. A Mughlai is a pointless answer. It adds £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to 3,750, and it scores you absolutely nothing, Jane, leaves you with a total of 13 and a place in the next round. Richard?
Yes, very well done, Jane. A medium mild curry. The Curry House version has ginger and ground almonds and yoghurt and cream.
Very good. OK, thank you. Remember, we are looking for types of curry. Bill, you are the high scorers on 37, even after 2 pairs have answered with their second pass answers. You have to try and find a really obscure answer. As we've discovered, Dan, bit of an expert in curry. There's nothing to suggest that Danny also mightn't know his way around a curry menu. Bill.
I think I know most of those, actually.
Does that make it easier or harder? Because there's most certainly an incorrect answer on that board.
I'll go for Pathia.
You're going to go for Pathia. Let's see if that's a correct answer. There's no red line for you, Bill, because you are the high scorers. You just have to hope Pathia is right and that it goes all the way down. Let's see if it is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Pathia. It's right. Well done, Bill. It could be going a long way down, I think. Very well done. Look at that. Perfect. Very good answer. It scores you 2, and it takes your total up to 39. Is it enough, I wonder? Is it enough? Richard?
Yeah, very well played, Bill, though. If you've kept yourself in the round, there's still chances now. It's a traditional Parsi pathia is a fish cooked in a dark vinegar sauce.
Now then, Danny. The pressure is on you. Dan is feeling it. I'm feeling it. Are you feeling it, Danny?
I am feeling it.
Good. The high scorers are Bill and Bob on 39. If you can score 32 or less with your answer, you are through to the next round. Otherwise, we say goodbye to you.
I know definitely korma and jalfrezi are curries. I'm not too sure on the other two. So it's whether I risk it. Yeah, I'll go with jalfrezi.
You're going to go with jalfrezi. There's your red line there. Red line, somehow appropriate for a jalfrezi. Let's see if it gets you down below that red line. That's really the issue at stake. The burning issue, we might say. Let's find out. Is jalfrezi right? And if it is, how many people said jalfrezi? Good luck, Danny. Well, it's right. Oh, you're through! You are through. That scores you 29. Takes your total up to 35. Jalfrezi, Richard.
Well, yeah, very, very good answer, Danny. Well done. Korma actually would have lost it for you as well. So jalfrezi was the right answer to go for. It's yes, a hot curry made hotter by cooking with green chilies. Let's take a look at the rest of the answers here. Korma would have been a big scorer, so it was well avoided. Would have scored you 60. Dopiatsa would have scored you 9. And the incorrect answer up there is Hathi, which is the elephant from the Jungle Book.
Well, thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 1, the losing pair with Bob and Bill. Head-to-head last time round, curries have flushed you out. And 39. That doesn't look like a losing score to me. Well, great having you on the show. Thanks very much for playing. Sorry we say goodbye. Now, obviously, only 2 pairs can make it through to the head-to-head, so one team is going to be leaving us at the end of this round. The category for round 2 is poetry. Poetry. There you are, Jane. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. And our round 2 question concerns poems and their poets. Poems and their poets. In this round, we're about to show you a list of famous poems. We asked 100 people to tell us who they were written by. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 6 poems on each pass. The more obscure the poem, the fewer points you'll score for giving us the correct poet. If you give us an incorrect answer, you'll score 100 points. And see how many of the 12 across the 2 passes you can get at home. OK, thanks, Richard. So we are looking for the authors of these famous poems. And here we are. Here's our first 6. We have Jabberwocky, The Charge of the Light Brigade, If, Paradise Lost, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, and The Raven. I'll read those one more time. Jabberwocky, The Charge of the Light Brigade, If, Paradise Lost, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, and The Raven. So then, Dan, there are the poems. We want the poets who wrote them. You're looking quite worried.
I can't even think of a poet.
You can't even think of a single poet?
Oh. I know Lord Byron exists, and he was a poet because he...
I'm going to say he existed.
Existed, yeah. All right. I'm going to say Paradise Lost by Lord Byron.
Paradise Lost, Byron, you're going to say. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Paradise Lost, Byron. Bad luck, Dan. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points for that. Richard.
Yeah, I mean, on the plus side, yes, Lord Byron did exist. That is confirmed.
I'm stupid.
So I won't say what the answer is, just in case Liz or Amy want to have a go at that one.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Liz. Liz.
I shall go for The Rime of the Ancient Mariner and Coleridge.
OK, you're going to say Coleridge, Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Very well well done. 18. 18 for Coleridge.
Yeah, very well done, Liz. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Contains the line, water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink.
Amy, how good is your knowledge of poets and their poems?
Awful.
Really? Is it better than Dan's?
No.
Do you have any idea?
I've heard of a poem, but I don't know who wrote it.
Okay.
I've heard of Jabberwocky.
Okay.
I'm going to have to guess for Paradise Lost and Hemingway.
Okay, Hemingway's Paradise Lost. Let's see if it exists, and if it does, let's see how many said Hemingway, Paradise Lost. Bad luck, Amy. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. It's great news for Dan and Danny, but I'm afraid bad news for Emily. You are joining them as high scorers on 100 points. Richard.
Yeah, also very bad news for John Milton, who will be turning in his grave, I suspect.
Yeah, he didn't see that coming.
He really didn't. I suspect Ernest Hemingway and Lord Byron might also be turning in their graves as well. They're not going to see this, are they? So yeah, John Milton was the author of Paradise Lost. Would have scored you 34 points. Let's fill in the rest of the board. The Raven is actually I'm sure you can fill in this board. The Raven is Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Would have scored you 26 points. Jabberwocky
is Lewis Carroll.
Lewis Carroll, yep. Would have scored you 23. If
Rudyard Kipling.
Rudyard Kipling, absolutely right. Would have scored you 22. And actually, the best answer on the board is the Charge of the Light Brigade. Would have been the smallest score. It's Alfred Lord Tennyson.
Yeah.
Would have scored you 8. So very well done if you got that at home.
OK, well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Well, listen, Jane, you're looking fantastic there. 18, lovely low score. And then Amy and Dan, 2 very high 100s there. Well, I mean, they're 100s, they're not high 100s, they're just 100s. So the battle is on between Emily and Danny. Right, let's come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more poems on the board, and here they are. We have got The Divine Comedy, The Owl and the Pussycat, The Wasteland, To a Mouse, Ode to a Nightingale, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. I'll read those one more time. The Divine Comedy, The Owl and the Pussycat, The Wasteland, To a Mouse, Ode to a Nightingale, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. Now, remember, we are looking for the poets who wrote these poems, and you're trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now then, Emily, you're the high scorers, along with Danny and Dan on 100 points. We need a really low score from you. Otherwise, we might well be saying goodbye at the end of this round.
I think we might be. I've heard of these. I've heard of nearly all of them. But I can't put a name to the titles. The Owl and the Pussycat, I'm going to say William Blake.
The Owl and the Pussycat, William Blake, you're going to say.
Yeah.
OK, well, you're the high scorer, so there's no red line for you. Let's just see, though, if it's right. It needs to be a low score. It also needs to be correct. The Owl and the Pussycat, William Blake. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said William Blake. Bad luck, Emily. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you the maximum of 100 points, taking your total up to an impressive 200 points. Rich?
Yeah, big score, but it's possible it could be a tie. You never know at the end of the round. I won't give the answer just in case Jane or Danny want to have a go at that one.
OK, Jane, you are the low scorers on 18. Doesn't matter what you score now, you are through to the head-to-head, because you'll never overtake the high score of Emily and Amy on 200.
Right, well, I actually know quite a few of those. So I'm going to go for The Divine Comedy by Dante.
By Dante, very good. OK, there's no red line for you, because you're through whatever happens. Let's see, though, if Dante's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Dante, The Divine Comedy. Very well done. Down it goes to 18. Same score as Liz had in the first pass, takes your total up to 36. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Jane. Of course, the inscription on the gates of hell is "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here," which we should have said at the beginning of this round, shouldn't we, maybe?
Yeah. Very well done. You're through to the next round. Now then, Danny. Danny, can you salvage something from this round?
I doubt it very much. Right, I've not really got a clue on any of them. Apparently there's a poet called Lord Byron, so I'll go Ode to a Nightingale, Lord Byron.
Ode to a Nightingale, Byron, you're going to say. OK, you want to score 99 points or less with this. There's your red line. You have to get below that red line. Is Byron Ode to a Nightingale right? And if it is, how many people said it? No. Unfortunately, that's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points, taking your total up to 200. Richard, not much you can really say.
No, other than, see, Emily, I told you so. Told you it'd be all right. It's going to be, I tell you, the head-to-head's going to be exciting.
Yeah. Well, this is very exciting as well. It's a tie. The tied pairs have to give me one more answer each. Your scores are going to be reset to 0. Oh, look at that. OK, you have gone down to 0. You are now allowed to confer. And the pair that gets the lowest score... This is going to go on forever. We'll go through to the head-to-head. OK, Danny and Dan, you go first.
Got nothing.
Can you think of a poet?
Not other than Lord Byron or Pip.
How about we go for Lord Byron again?
Lord Byron.
Iceland?
No, I'm going to say I wandered lonely as a cloud. I've heard of that one. I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for it.
It's a poet, and it's a poem, so... Must be.
OK.
100%.
You're going to say Byron.
Stake my life on it.
I wandered lonely as a cloud, Brian. OK, don't do that. Let's see if that's right. If it is, let's see how many people said Lord Byron. I wandered lonely as a cloud. Oh, bad luck. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Now then, Emily, Amy, please know the answer to one of these.
I have an inkling.
This is good.
I can recite The Owl and the Pussycat for you, but I can't tell you who it is. Do you know who it is?
No, I have an inkling on I wandered lonely as a cloud. William Wordsworth.
I wandered lonely as a cloud, William Wordsworth.
Shall we say that?
Yeah, we'll definitely say that.
Good, very well done. You are on 0. The high scorers are Danny and Dan. If you can score under 99 points with this, basically just get it right, you are through to the head-to-head. I wandered lonely as a cloud. Is it by Wordsworth? Is it? Let's find out. Very well done. Very well done. That scores you 52. But most importantly, it was just right. Gets you through to the head-to-head. Richard?
Yeah, very well done, Amy. You saved us a lot of bother.
Yeah, I tell you, I was just thinking, how are we going to get out of this before Christmas?
Let's fill in the rest of the board, shall we? The Owl and the Pussycat was Edward Lear. The Owl and the Pussycat would have scored you 26 points. Ode to a Nightingale is Keats. Would have scored 22. The Wasteland.
T.S. Eliot.
T.S. Eliot, exactly. His name, of course, is an anagram of toilets. And To a Mouse. Do you know To a Mouse? It's the best answer on the board.
It's Rabbie Burns.
It is a Robert Rabbie Burns. 13 points, so very well done if you said that at
Timorous Beastie. Wee Timorous Beastie, I think. Sorry, I'll shut up. Anyway, thanks, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid it's Dan and Danny.
It's not an obscure subject that no one knows anything about, though.
Oh, well. Bad luck. I'm afraid this is the last time we see you. We haven't seen you at your best, I'm afraid. You've been ill-served by the pointless categories. But it's been great having you on the show. Thank you very much for playing. Great contestants. Thank you. Very well done, Liz and Jane, Emily and Amy. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, only one pair can make it through to the final and play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £3,750. Now, you're going to go head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. For each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer, but you are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair, and you will win that question. The first pair to get to the best of 3 will be playing for today's jackpot. Let's play Pointless. Right, here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many colours that feature on a Scandinavian flag as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're simply looking for any colour that appears on the flags of either Norway, Sweden or Denmark.
OK, Norway, Sweden or Denmark. Colours on their flags. Liz and Jane, because you've played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first. We are looking for colours on the Scandinavian flags. OK, we have an answer.
We do?
Yeah.
Shall I say it?
Okay, yeah.
Yellow.
Yellow. Liz and Jane are taking yellow. Emily and Amy, any other colours on the Scandinavian flags?
We're thinking about between two. We do know some flags, like quite a few, but I think this is one that we're not 100%. I think we're going to have to guess between, was it red and white? Is that guess red? Yep. You have to guess red.
You're going to go red?
Yes.
OK, we have yellow from Liz and Jane. We have red from Emily and Amy. Let's take them in the order they were given. Yellow. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Is right. 50. £50 points for yellow. Emily and Amy, let's see how many people said red. 67. So after our first question, Liz and Jane are up 1-0. Richard.
Yeah, tough luck, Emily and Amy. Well played, Liz and Jane. It was an unbeatable score, actually, yellow. So let's take a look at all four of them. Yellow would have scored you 50. Red would have scored you 67. Blue, 70. White, 71. There we go, yeah, Norway, red, white and blue. Denmark, red and white. And Sweden, blue and yellow. The Danish flag fell from heaven in 1219, according to legend.
From heaven?
Yeah.
So heaven designed the Danish flag. Not that much of a palette up in heaven, then?
Well, I think it's 1219, so it's one of their early flags.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Here is your second question. Liz and Jane, if you win this question, you are straight through to the final. Emily and Amy, if they win this question, they are straight through to the final. You know what you have to do. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Dad's Army actors as they could. Dad's Army actors, Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the 7 actors who played the Corps Home Guard at Warmington-on-Sea. We won't accept Colin Bean, who played Private Sponge, because he wasn't in it long enough. So we're looking for the 7 actors who were in the first series of Dad's Army, who played the Corps members of the Warmington-on-Sea Home Guard.
Thanks very much, Richard. So then, Emily and Amy, you get to go first this time.
Do you have any idea? I think I know one, but it's probably the most popular. And I think his name is Arthur Lowe.
Arthur Lowe. OK, you're going to say Arthur Lowe. Liz and Jane.
Ian Lavender.
Yeah.
James Lemercier.
Yeah. There was Butcher Jones.
Yes.
That's his name.
Clive. No.
Dunn. Clive Dunn.
Clive Dunn.
The Spiv.
I can't think what his name is.
James somebody?
Let's go with somebody.
OK, well, should we say Ian Lavender?
Ian Lavender. OK, we have Arthur Lowe, we have Ian Lavender. In the order they were given. Emily and Amy, you have to win this question to stay in the game. Arthur Lowe, let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Arthur Lowe. Very well done, it's right. Down it comes. 43. 43 for Arthur Lowe. Liz and Jane, you have gone with Ian Lavender. If you win this point, you are straight through to the final. Let's see if Ian Lavender's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Ian Lavender. Yep, you've done it. There we are, 30 against 43. Very well done, Liz and Jane. Ian Lavender, a more obscure answer, which wins you the point. You are through to the final, 2-0. Richard.
Yeah, unlucky Emily and Amy. Good answer with Arthur Lowe. Let's take a look at all of them, though, and there'll be some names that are familiar to you. The Spiv, Private Walker, was played by James Beck. John Laurie, who played the Undertaker, if he was on Emily and Amy's team, he'd be saying, "We're doomed." Arnold Ridley was Private Godfrey. Ian Lavender, there we go, who was Pike on 30. Clive Dunn, who was Corporal Jones, 43. Arthur Lowe, also on 43, who was Captain Mannering, of course, and Sergeant Wilson, right at the top there, actually, more than Arthur Lowe, John Le Mesurier.
There we are. So, the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid it's Emily and Amy. Two quite tough categories for you, I'm guessing, in that head-to-head. But you came up with two correct answers. They were just high scorers. That's the only problem. We will see you again next time, but meanwhile, thank you very much for playing.
Thank
Done
you.
very well. Thank you. Well, congratulations, Liz and Jane. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. Very well done. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £3,750. Now, the rules are very simple. To win the money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer that no one could think of. We've had two pointless answers on the show today, and you came up with one of them with Moogline, Jane. You only need to find one more now, and you'll go home with that money. Firstly, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from these three options. They are football, opera, fashion. Football, opera, fashion.
We don't know much about any of them, really, do we? But fashion is the... Do you reckon?
Yeah, lesser of the...
Yeah, I think fashion's the lesser of three evils, really.
OK, fashion. Right, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Designer of the Year winners as they could. Designer of the Year, Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for any winner of the Designer of the Year award, which is awarded annually by the British Fashion Council. Anyone who's won that award from 1984 all the way through to the 2010 award.
OK, thank you very much. Now, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with three answers, and all you need to win that £3,750 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Well, can you think of any designers at all, basically?
Is it like dress designer or shoot like Jimmy?
Fashion.
Fashion.
Mine's just gone complete
It's
blank.
gone blank too. I'm going to give Vivienne Westwood, but she's probably before then, isn't it? Do you think?
She's still quite popular.
Yeah.
Vivienne Westwood. Anybody else? Galtieri?
Yes.
Galtieri.
And...
Yves Saint Laurent. No, they did makeup, don't they? Who else?
What about
Stella
McCartney?
Yeah. Yes, I think they're the three that we're just...
I think so.
Yeah, I think we're stuck with the three that we've just been able to think of, really.
OK, you've got three. You're happy with those?
Well...
But you don't want to go any further?
I don't think we're going to
think
come
of
up with anything else.
OK, we'll stop the clock. Very good. We'll stop the clock right there. You've come up with three answers before your time was up. We were looking for Designer of the Year winners. I now need those three answers.
Stella McCartney.
Stella McCartney.
Vivienne Westwood.
And I think it's...
Vivienne Westwood.
And John Galtieri, if I'm saying it properly.
John Galtieri. You're going to submit Galtieri. OK. Of those three, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
I think they're all pretty useless, really.
Should we put Stella McCartney?
Let's put Stella McCartney last. And which should we put first? Your least likely?
Put Vivienne Westwood first.
We'll put Vivienne Westwood.
And the one we can't say in the middle.
And Galtieri in the middle. OK, there we are. OK, well, let's put those up on the board in that order. And here they are. Vivienne Westwood, John Galtieri, and Stella McCartney. There they are. OK, we were looking for winners of Designer of the Year. This was your least confident answer. You only need one of these to be pointless to win that jackpot of £3,750. Let's see if Vivienne Westwood is right, and if she is a correct answer. Let's see how many people said it. It has to be right, and it has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. Vivienne Westwood. Well done, it's right.
Surprise.
Very good indeed. Down it goes into the 50s, 40s, 30s. A good answer. 60.
Better than I thought.
Not a bad answer at all. That would be a fantastic answer in normal play. It's a fantastic answer now. Unfortunately, it's not a pointless answer. And at this stage, we need pointless answers. You only have two chances left to win today's jackpot. Let's see if your next answer is correct. John Galtieri. What would you do with £3,750?
Holidays, I think.
I think so,
probably.
yes. I think it would be quite nice to book a great big house somewhere where the whole family could go and have a time
Very
together,
good.
which would be nice.
All 4 sisters, do you think?
Yeah.
Plus mum.
Plus
Yeah,
mum.
plus-
And
very good.
children and...
Everybody else.
I'm guessing that's quite a crowd.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Well, good luck. OK, John Galtieri is your second submission. This has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. For £3,750. Let's see if it's a correct answer. If it is, let's see how many people said John Galtieri. Bad luck. Unfortunately, that's an incorrect answer. You only have one chance left to win today's jackpot, but this is your best shot, though.
Well, we hope so.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We are looking for winners of Designer of the Year. Your third answer is Stella McCartney. You said this was the answer you were most confident with. This has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot of £3,750. Let's see if Stella McCartney is right. And if it is, let's see how many people said for Designer of the Year, Stella McCartney. Well, it's jumped the first hurdle. It has to go all the way down to 0 if you're going to win that jackpot of £3,750. Oh, bad luck. 18 people knew Stella McCartney. So, unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so you don't win today's jackpot of £3,750, which rolls over to the next show. But you have been amazing contestants, and you do, of course, get to take home our pointless trophy. So.
Thank you.
Now then, Richard.
Yeah, unlucky, Liz and Jane, you played ever so well across both shows. I think John Galtieri, I think you may have been thinking of John Galliano.
Yeah.
He would have scored you 1 point. So probably not worth the heartache. Let's take a look at some of the pointless answers, and I hope you don't recognise any of them. The second winner, Betty Jackson, who also designed all the outrageous costumes on Absolutely Fabulous. Christopher Bailey has won it twice recently as Chief Creative Officer of Burberry. Giles Deacon, who's got his own clothing range, Giles. They're all pointless answers. Hussein Chalayan, who won in 99 and 2000. Yeah, Jasper Conran, also a pointless answer. Catherine Hamnett, probably most famous for her sloganeering T-shirts. She was a pointless answer. Luella Bartley won it in 2008. Rifat Ozbek, he's won it twice as well. And the winners in 1989, Workers for Freedom. Very well done if you've got any of those at home.
Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Liz and Jane, but it's been great having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing.
It's been
Thank
lovely.
you.
Thank you.
So nobody's won our jackpot today, so it rolls over, which means on the next show we'll be playing for £4,750. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Pointless. The battle for the obscure rages next on Challenge as Armstrong and Cole return. Next on Pick, it's Stargate Atlantis as the discovery of a hive ship pays space dividends.